here doing the Kellogg Super Bowl Ad review, which is a panel of about 70 students who watch the ads during the Super Bowl with a real-time survey in front of them.
The second a commercial comes on, everybody sits down, is laser focused. You can see the gears turning.
Each ad as it comes up, we get a survey, right? A, B, C, D, F.
There's really nothing like it. There's not another situation in which you have to be so quick in coming up with a kind of a complete strategic view of whether an ad is successful or not.
Typically when you're watching the Super Bowl, it's, do you like it? Do you not like it? Here we have a strategic framework called Ad Plan, and we're rating each ad on several different criteria.
So Ad Plan is a strategic framework for assessing evaluations. We essentially ask, did an ad get attention? Is it distinct? Does it have strong positioning? Does it have good linkage? Does it foster favorable reactions, or what we call amplification? And is it have good net equity? That is it consistent with what the brand has stood for?
It makes you look at every ad that you see and every ad that you create in your work going forward in a different way, in a very structured way, but also with a critical eye towards achieving the goal at hand.
Well, this year has been a fascinating year for Super Bowl advertising because we've seen so much in the way of emotional and relatively serious advertising. So a lot of the companies are embracing very deep themes, very serious topics.
So your typical Super Bowl, I think, has a lot of humor as the creative vehicle. Here we're seeing a lot more pulls at the heartstrings, so that's different. And I think maybe that has a little to do with what's going on in the NFL right now and people wanting to play it safe.
McDonald's with the I'm loving it commercial, it was consistent with the brand, it was attention grabbing, uplifting, it was a great spot.
I think my favorite so far came from Coca-Cola.
I think that it touched on an important social issue of cyberbullying and really getting across this message that Coke can infuse the world with happiness.
There were a couple. There was a Nissan ad, and to be honest, I just remember coming out of it very, very confused. And also there was a Squarespace ad that was pretty weak in terms of what they were trying to communicate.
It was just a guy making noise with a bow. You just didn't know what the brand was, what they were trying to communicate, and it wasn't necessarily attention grabbing either.
At the end of the game, we then come up with our rankings, which one were the best and which ones were the worst.
We'll congregate all the data together and then kind of divide up who we think is in the A range, the B range, C, D, and F to see who's done a really good job and then who is kind of fallen to the bottom of the pile.
This has been an absolutely incredible experience to just be able to come here and work on our craft in a very tangible and impactful way.
This really helps transition the content from the classroom into how you would use it in real time and having to rely on that business intuition.
I think it's one of those really amazing experiential opportunities that Kellogg offers to really evaluate something with the eyes of a marketer that's outside of grad school, right? And evaluate real content in a real-time environment.